Bernie never saw this takedown coming.
President Trump has made it very clear to me that he wants to negotiate.
Negotiate is a big word, Bobby. It's a big word.
It's the word you just used, Senator.
Yeah, but
During RFK's Jr. confirmation hearing, Bernie put on a needless show of outrage. But when his time ran out, Bobby delivered one line that sent him into a full-blown meltdown.
Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, no.
And protecting their interests.
Oh.
And today, we're covering it all. By the way, we just launched this channel, and we'll focus solely on debates. So if you believe truth isn't partisan, hit that subscribe button, and let's jump right into it.
Prescription drugs. We're going to make America healthy. I agree with you that we have to need a revolution in the nature of food in America, physical exercise, etc. Very, very important. But there are people who are going to get sick, and they have to go to the doctor and find out why. 1 out of 4 Americans today cannot afford the prescription drugs their doctors prescribe because we pay by far the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. We made some progress under the Biden administration of negotiating prescription drug prices with pharma. First time that's ever happened. Now, yesterday you told me that the White House was going to issue something affirming their support for continuing those Medicare negotiations. Turned out not to be quite accurate. They came up with some bland statement, could have been written by pharma.
Did he just imply farmers can only come up with bland ideas? Because that's what I got from it. For context, RFK Jr.'s confirmation hearing, like many of President Trump's nominees, was used for performance by the Democrats. They'd ask questions and not let the witness answer. And even when they did get a straight answer, they'd twist it into something else just to continue putting on a show. In this particular case, Bernie was referencing a statement from the White House which promised the administration would aim for greater transparency in Medicare drug price negotiations. For any senator, that should be welcoming news. More transparency means stronger oversight and clearer accountability. Not Bernie, though, as he followed up with a question and cut Bobby off mid-answer.
Very specific questions. Do you believe and will you insist that Medicare continue to negotiate prices with the pharmaceutical industry so we can substantially lower prescription drug costs in America?
President Trump has made it very clear to me that he wants to negotiate.
Negotiate is a big word, Bobby. It's a big word.
It's the word you just used, Senator.
Yeah, but no, I use defend a particular law. Will you defend the law in the Inflation Reduction Act, which already is negotiating prescription drug prices?
President Trump wants us to negotiate drug prices. He wants to lower drug prices.
So you're not telling me that you will defend the law that we passed, which has already had significant success?
Well, the Congress, look, I'm going to comply with the law, Senator. Congress passed the law. I'm swearing an oath to the Constitution. I'm going to comply with the laws.
You're going to have a significant influence on health care policy if you are.
And I'm going to comply with the laws.
And comply with the laws he did. So the provision Bernie is referencing was possibly among the few good things that came out of the Inflation Reduction Act, which established a program so that Medicare could negotiate drug prices with pharmaceutical companies. But when Trump returned to office, he took that framework and he put it on steroids. First, through an executive order in May, which set a most favored nation standard on pricing, and second, by threatening regulatory action and tariffs if these companies don't come to the table. That approach worked, as one by one, drug manufacturers are reaching deals with the government. For instance, just last week, it was announced that a major deal was reached with 9 of them, which will reduce the prices of multiple drugs available through Trump RX, like one diabetes 2 medication going from $525 to $55. Another hepatitis C medication will go from around $25,000 to $2,425, and the list goes on. In fact, the program has gained so much traction that even Mark Cuban, who is a longtime Trump critic, is partnering with the administration on it. Some analysts are predicting this will not only save money for regular Americans, but it will also save Medicare millions, if not billions of dollars.
So I think in many ways, President Trump and Mr. Kennedy have asked some of the right questions. Problem is their answers will only make a bad situation worse. So let me ask Mr. Kennedy again. If we want to make America healthy, will you assure the American people that you will fight to do what every other major country on earth does, guarantee health care to every single American?
I'm going to make America healthier than other countries in the world right now.
Will you guarantee do what every other major country does? That's a simple question.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, no,
and protecting their interests.
Oh, I thought that would come. No. I ran for president like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
That's not entirely accurate on Bernie's end. While it may be true that a large share of the money came from workers, some reports show that at least one of those so-called evil executives was also in on the mix. And according to Open Secrets, looking at contributions from 1990 through 2024, Bernie ranked 12th all-time in donations from the pharmaceutical industry. So that raises a fair question. Who was really directing that money? It's hard to believe executives had no role at all, especially given what recently came out about AOC and wealthy donors breaking large sums into smaller increments. It's definitely something to think about, but Bernie doubled down on the shouting because Bobby's point threatened the brand he spent decades building. So let's see how he reacted next.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had
receiver of pharmaceutical money
from workers all over this country. Workers,
you were the
not a nickel from corporate tax.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in the industry.
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right, but you have not answered, last question. You have not answered my question.
Mr. Chairman, we're 3 minutes.
How do
we make America healthy if you don't guarantee health care to all people?
We're literally 3 minutes over here now.
Well,
how long does it keep going? At some time, you're just battering the witness, Bernie.
Not battering the witness.
Yes, you are. And you're getting upset at him. You're going at him just like anybody else would.
We'll come to order. Bernie's going over.
It's wild how the story shifted from not a single nickel to suddenly admitting it was $1.5 million. And props to Senator Mullen for stepping in and shutting the whole thing down. What we saw wasn't substance, it was theater. Once Bernie got cornered, he resorted to raising his voice, as if that adds any validity to what he's saying. Moments like this show how far Congress has drifted from what it used to be. This place was once about serious debate and careful decisions that shaped everyday life. Now, too many lawmakers chase cheap gotchas, hoping a clip goes viral and plays well online. Bernie, along with plenty of Democrats, are a great example of it. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, keep thinking.